Okay, so let's start our session in cyber forensics. And today's session is basically based on the right blocking technique. So, firstly, we need to understand like what is the right blocking and why we use the right blocking technique to perform some types of security over that particular image file which you have already created with the using of tools like FTK Media and the DC3 DD2. So if you are using that right blocking technique, so after that you can easily, you can securely, you can easily provide some type of security to maintain the integrity of that particular original evidence. So if you are creating the any type of image file of the any type of computing device, and you are thinking like if maybe if you are just performing some type of analysis as well as the examination process, and there is a possibility like if the any type of command is basically run as unwanted, so maybe is a possibility like the integrity of the original evidence may be changed. So that's the reason why we are using the right blocking technique. So while using a right blocking technique, you can easily block the writing permission in any file which you have already created, where which you are already generated with the FTK major as well as a DC3 DT. So by default, guys, just remember that FTK major is already giving the file permission as a write block. It means they are only giving a permission to that particular image file as a read only. So in short term, you can say that write blocking is basically to provide the file as a read only permission only. So no one can change intentionally or unintentionally in that particular file which you are created by the tool of that particular computing device. So let's see like what is right blocking and how we can use that right blocking thing. So now I'm just going to share my screen. Firstly, we need to understand about the right blocking. Then after that, we will discuss about the procedure of the right blocking. Then we will going to discuss about like way of the right blocking and the tool name also. Okay, so today's session we are just going to cover two things. The first one that is right blocking thing, and the second thing that is a data extraction technique. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, so let's start our session without wasting the time. So, what is right blocking? So, right blocking, as I already told you, that is a right blocking is the act of ensuring that the content of the evidence drive cannot be modified during the scope of an investigation. If the cyber investigator is trying to investigate that particular image file, and so that we are just providing the right blocking techniques for securing the integrity of that particular evidence. So it allows acquisition of information on a drive without creating the possibility of the accidentally damaging the drive content. Right blocker do this by allowing read commands to pass, but by blocking write command, hence their name. This can be done one of the two ways, with either hardware or a site software right blocker. So we can do this thing with the using of two things. The first one that is two ways. The first one that is a software based, and the second thing that is a hardware based. So most of the time the cyber forensic investigators are basically using the software based tools for providing some type of security, some type of prevention system over that particular image file. So for this thing, we are just using a tool that is the name of WinHacks to provide some right blocking techniques. Okay. So what is the procedure to use the enhanced tool? So once a disk image has been created, hashing and the right blocking the image are the immediately pivotal step to be taken in order to ensure the integrity of the evidence file. Right blocking tools have been written into the several of the free software programs we have used to have or have available, including WinHacks and the Disk Explorer and TFS. If you remember that, guys, um, like in the previous session, once we are just using the OS bypassing technique with the using of Allen boot CD. So there is some pre-installed tool like a Disexplore NTFS, Disexplore FAT32, Disexplore HFS. So I'll just suggest you, okay, I'm going to show you the WinHacks process, and for the practice you need to do at your home with the using of Allen Boot CD as a tool of Disexplore NTFS as well as a Disexplore FAT32. So alternatively, it is a possible to do so form of write blocking as simply changing the status of the disk drive to read only. So in simple words, as we say that, right, like the write blocking is basically to give the file permission, change the file permission to write to only read only mode. So this is a complete procedure which is used in a write blocking. So just remember your homework. You need to practice about like a Discord for NTFS, Discord FAT32 by using of Hive Boot CD. Okay, so what is the ways to perform in the write blocking? So write blocking is the disk image with the file using WinHacks, and write blocking a disk image using the properties and the read only. So we can provide we can use two ways to provide some security. Okay, so how we can do this? So now I'm just going to share my screen and let's see how we can provide the security over that particular files.